All right, Ramon. All right, Bettina, you first. It's 12 o'clock, so I'm about to start. I'm broadcasting everything to Facebook groups. So if you need to see the recording, you can watch it there, as well as I'm gonna email it to everyone for review. Today, I'm gonna be by myself. I hope you missed me since most of the previous group coaching calls. We had panelists, we had guests. Today, I'm gonna be by myself. And I'm bringing up Google advertising to this call. We'll go through free ways of advertising on Google, as well as we go into Google Ads. And I'll share my screen and I'll explain in details how to create the accounts, how to market the accounts, what would be the frequency, etc. From now on, we'll have two great guests. Just a spoiler, next week we're going to have Kyle Whistle. I hope everyone knows Kyle, huge agent in San Diego, California. And the following week, we're going to have Katie Day from Texas. So I'd strongly recommend to follow them on Instagram. Great agents. They are creating beautiful content. There is a lot to learn from them. And make sure you think about questions that you're going to have. But on this call, let's jump right in and start talking about Google advertising. Google advertising, in my opinion, one of the most efficient ways of running ads. It taken over Zillow, it taken over Facebook, it taken over pretty much any other lead sources, in my opinion, because you have endless opportunities. There is certain ways you can do without paying them. We'll start from Google My Page, previously Google My Business. I'll go through my Google My Business pages, YouTube accounts, and I'll show you how to set it up properly. The only thing I would ask everyone to be on camera as much as you can. So we have these interactions, and if you have questions, feel free to interrupt me. I'll stop and I'll explain in details the question you have. So feel free, just unmute yourself and ask me a question. All right, we good? Perfect. All right, so let's start from Google My Business page. Share the screen. Okay. All right, so let's start from where are you planning to appear when you create this page and how to manage it correctly. So as you notice, I've typed here my name, Miami Realtor, and this is where I show up. So if someone's looking specifically for you, then that's where your profile will appear. Let me make a quick change here in the search bar and you'll see the difference. So if I would type best real estate agent, well, I'm showing up in Google local service ads. As you notice, I'm not here anymore because I'm not specifically searching for this Google My Business page. I'm looking for an agent near me. This is where the Google local service ads will appear. And quite frankly, being on the top of the Google search in local services, that's pretty compelling. They're very inexpensive in terms of marketing, but I promise to talk about marketing later. I just want to show you where you will be appearing in Google if you create these profiles. So a little further down, you'll notice the map with 3 top agencies. And if you expand, that's the local service ads. They are connected with your Google My Page. However, these are 2 separate accounts and 2 separate marketing strategies for each of them. So don't confuse Google's local service ads and Google My Page. We need to work on both. With Google My Service ads, we are pretty limited of what we can do with them. We can pretty much just gonna advertise ourselves on local services. So if I go to local services, Google. This is where I'm gonna end up. So you'll notice it's absolutely separate account. Okay, this is where I'm at. You'll notice it's a separate account compared to Google My Page. You're gonna have to go through verification. It takes some time. It might take up to a week for them to verify your license. You'll put your budget. They need to make sure that you have current credit card on file. They will pull reviews from your business page, but you also wanna have reviews on the local local ads as well. As you can see, that's a separate form for review. So you might want to have your client put the review in both areas. So with Google local service ads, you're pretty much limited with what you can do except for fill it out and plug the credit card in to appear in these local service ads at the top. What helps to be at the top is fullness of your Google My Page profile and obviously amount of reviews that you get. Quick note, you don't have to have a review from a client who you closed with. If you showed homes, if you did a beautiful presentation, but you didn't get it, that's fine to ask that type of client to write your Google review, compared to Zillow, who verifies that particular client closed and they match you, your client's name with the property, with transaction. Google doesn't necessarily check that. As long as you've done work with them and they wrote you a review, then you should be eligible for posting it on your Google My Page. So going back to Google My Page, what we need to focus here, make sure that number one, your Google page is SEO optimized. As you notice here, I have Roman Ivanov, Miami Realtor. This is intuitive phrase to type in when someone's searching for me as a realtor, right? So we need to have this, I would say, gray side SEO, because Google doesn't like it. So be very cautious with changing your name. Your account might be on hold or even blocked. So it's completely up to you, either change your name or not. But if you would put Miami or your location and the phrase such as real estate agent or a realtor, in my opinion, realtor is such a shorter form of real estate agent, and pretty much means the same. You will optimize your profile. So if someone's typing Miami Realtor, doesn't necessarily have to be Roman Ivanov. I have higher chances of ranking. In order for me to get there, I need to work on my daily posts. I need to have as many posts as possible. So my goal is to have one post a day. It doesn't necessarily always have to be real estate related posts. If you look at my posts, you'll see that I have all kinds of pictures, and you see I'm just standing next to house. That's just the funny pictures with crocodiles, with alligators. And still, I type something real estate related, trying to link it to real estate. So it's not just my pictures, but still, it doesn't have to be always only about real estate. You show your personality, but more importantly, consistency is the key. As far as video goes, you're limited to 30 seconds and 70 megabit videos. So you might want to compress your videos. I'm a Mac user, so it's very easy with iMovie. I know you can do it in, what's that called, for Google Lightroom. In a Lightroom, you can also decrease your size of the file. And second, obviously, reviews. Again, we talked about reviews. We need maximum amount of reviews here, and have your page filled completely filled out with all your info, with your location, most importantly, your service area, hours.
Hey, Roman.
Yes.
So back when you were talking about your name and you go by, Roman Ivanov, Miami Realtor. So I just have Ruth Gramza Realtor, but you're saying if I update that to like Twin Cities Realtor or something, that Google won't like that if I update it now?
Yes, they don't like changes like that. It might take a little while, it might not. I have no idea how that algorithm works. I know that some realtors got in trouble changing the name and Google flagged the account. I personally changed the name several times and nothing happened.
Yeah,
So,
I changed.
Yeah, go ahead, Emmy.
Jason Pantana did a talk on this and he warned people. He said, it's a good idea, but please don't blame me if your account gets flagged or taken down. He's like, it's a risky move, but if it works, it's a good move.
It is, because people searching for a location, especially when they move into your location from another state, don't put your hyper local location. Like, for example, I live in North Miami Beach. If I would put North Miami Beach, not that many people know that location. So I put Miami. Same with you. If, let's say, you're in a small town in the suburbs, you better put your metro area first.
So like in Minnesota, I know you're not from Minnesota, but like, so we have, like, I live in St. Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I service anywhere around St. Paul, of course. So I think, is it Bob McCrane or Crane who did that talk the other time? Anyway, so saying Twin City, because he was like using Twin Cities similar to like Dallas Fort Worth. He was like, I don't say Dallas Fort Worth, I say Dallas or Fort Worth or XYZ. I don't group them together. But anyway, on your Google name, you would recommend doing a more broad.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, the broader the better. More people type this name, more people gonna reach you.
What if you are licensed in multiple states? So I'm in DC, Maryland, Virginia. What if you're licensed?
Separate accounts.
Separate accounts?
I would say either create separate accounts or have one state that you focusing on and double down on that state, and pushing too many wheelbarrows at the same time not going to get you to the destination quicker. I would say take one wheelbarrow, push it to the destination, make it perfect, make it work, and then pick the next one and move forward. I'm licensed in 2 states. I have, you probably noticed, I have several accounts. I have one in Pennsylvania, one in Florida, but I don't actively sell in Pennsylvania. I have an account there, but I don't post there. I don't care. I mean, I get leads, I sell real estate there, but these are most likely referrals. So I would say focus on one primary account, make it perfect. As soon as you get used to it, you might want to push the next one. If you really want to expand to several states, I know you're in DC area, all states are so close, it's literally like 30 minutes drive from one state to another. But I would say one location at a time. Don't get people confused, because if someone's typing Maryland and you're in Virginia, it's a huge conflict for the Google algorithm. So we need to have separate accounts.
Okay, thank you.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, thanks.
Wonderful. All right, so let me share the screen again. And I'll talk about the post for a second. On the top of just using the SEO for the name, we would like to geotag your pictures. So there is a service that's called cheerimager.com. Ever heard about this tool?
Never heard about it. Nope.
Okay, all right, now you know.
Jason Pantana mentioned it, but I've never tried to use it.
Yes, well, this is what we do here. We upload our pictures and we geotagging them for Google to recognize. And it's very tiny path how Google catches this data. They clean it up, but they save it on their server. So there is a paid version, and I would strongly recommend you to use a free one because it allows 5 pictures a day with the free version, as far as I remember. Well, you'll look it up. I think it's 5 pictures a day, and you don't need more than 5 posts a day. So I would say even 1 post a day is more than enough, but do it daily. Upload the picture. It pretty much works like this. So let me show you. Let's say this is me, right? Here's a picture, and I'm putting where I took that picture. Let's say I'm putting my office location, and then I click on write EXIF tag. Boom. Now it shows it's a geo tag. And then I click download, and here's my picture with the geotag. Well, this is a big difference between your geotagging with your phone and geotagging it for Google. That's something that we sending the information to Google where that picture was taken, because Google scrubs all the geotagging data when you upload it with your phone for security purpose. But if you specifically geotag your picture and you upload it, it will still be scrubbed, but at least Google gonna know where the picture is taken. So when you're gonna go back to Google search to your profile, it will show on the map all the pictures where they taken. And if, let's say, your picture taken next to a person who's searching for you, that picture will be linked and it will show up in their search. Make sense? So again, it's
No, I'm lost.
geoimager.com. Let me see. All right, who was asking?
So with the Geo Imager, you can't geotag videos, correct? You can only
No, just
photos.
pictures. Just pictures, but if you have, let's say, 5 pictures a day and 5 videos, it's already something that gonna get you higher exposure, and it costs you nothing. I mean, look how long did it take for me to download, less than 5-10 seconds, right?
Right. I've been doing that with the pictures. I just wouldn't. I mean, I tried doing it with the video and it didn't work, so I wasn't sure if there was another way around that.
I don't know another way around with videos.
Okay.
I know with pictures, that's a great tool. It definitely increases the exposure.
All right.
Is there a benefit to posting more than one? I know you said 1 picture a day at minimum, keep it consistent, or 1 post a day, keep it consistent. Is there a benefit to doing more than 1, like 2 or 3 in a day, would you say?
You can. I mean, if you have that many pictures, I would say 1 picture a day is the minimum. Number 2, videos. So these short-term videos, like real type of videos that you can create once and then post it on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and most importantly right here, because people want to see you talking. They don't necessarily want to see pictures. They want to see your videos as well. So quick, short tips. I know we spoke with Nick about making. Nick, are you here? I think you are.
Yes, sir.
We spoke with you about 30 videos for 30 days, 30 tips. I believe I have topics for 30 videos in my file section. If not, please remind me, I'll upload one. You can also find it in file section in the Loom. But my point is, if you create 30 videos and you upload 30 tips to buyers and sellers to your Google account with the right description, if someone's typing in, then boom, it's a match, location match, question match, video. They're gonna go on your account, watch a couple more videos, and call you right from the Google My Page for free. All right. So video would be more preferable in my opinion. But again, if you mix it together with pictures, with geotag pictures, that's the winner.
Okay, copy that.
Okay, cool. All right, well, closing that. Well, that's for the most part, filling out your services, filling out your categories, adding your website. I hope you all have websites. If you don't have your own branded websites, you use your brokerage websites, which in my opinion, pretty useless for the most part. I've never seen brokerage websites that really convert. No hurt feelings, but it's just my experience. Then even your brokerage website will still help you out with SEO. So please add it to your website. Don't use the Google version one, because that's not going to get you anywhere. But on the website, I'll have a separate call. We'll go through the website, how to have the website that actually converts. All right, so we covered that. We covered, for the most part, all the free strategies we can use with Google. Last thing I want to bring your attention to YouTube channel. So let me open that, because that's another way of you getting leads without any expenses other than production and timing expenses. So your channel. Hey there. So a couple of things I want to bring to your attention. First, the banner. I know you can make banners in Canva for free. However, if you want to spend like $5 on Fiverr, it might be a good idea, because it took me quite some time to figure that out in Canva, because it's not aligning properly and still not really looking as professional as it would with professional graphic designer. It's so cheap. You spend $5, you'll get a nice banner, because that's the face of your YouTube channel. Then second, this side where you first have your subscribe link, and I would recommend you to add your subscribe link pretty much everywhere. Subscribe link here, subscribe link to the emails when you share your videos, subscribe link to the description of the videos. Then you want to add your Google account to your page. So Google and YouTube, they owned by the same company. We all know that, Google. So if you have Google in your links, then they will match you together and you'll have higher chances of ranking in Google if someone's going to type, let's say, I don't know, Miami housing market, right? And as well as other links such as Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zillow, you name it. So a couple of things about the videos. First, all videos, they need to be, they need to have thumbnails. So my old videos, you'll notice
without buyer's agency.
Where's my videos?
All right.
You see, I didn't put the thumbnails, and click-through rate was so much lower than, you see the jump was like from 18 to 151 with just posting the thumbnail. So again, if you don't know how to do that, it's $5 expense on Fiverr. If you want to avoid that, it's very easy to do in Canva. Get yourself pro version. It's like $100, but I do so much stuff in Canva. It's way worth spend $100 a year. So number two, when you upload the video, this is how Google and YouTube will recognize what is this video about. They cannot track what you say, but they go by your description. So I don't want to have pretty much caption of my video and description. I saw agents put in like a book in this description with everything they said. In my opinion, it's better to have that hook So if someone's watching your video or about to watch, they have that interest to click on the video and watch to the end. It's also a good trick to say in the video, watch to the end to get that secret tip, to get something exciting at the end, because this is what we're gonna focus on, is having number one, the click-through rate. As soon as someone's gonna see your video with your thumbnail, we need to make sure that they click on it, not scrolling. And then watch rate. We don't wanna see someone clicking on your video, watching 5 seconds and walk away, because this is how Google gonna analyze it. And the more people gonna leave, they're gonna think that your video is less interesting, and it's gonna push it down, okay? So as you notice, I put here the link to subscribe again. And as you notice, I do it through Bitly. I don't wanna have that terribly long link here. No one wants to click on long links. So change the name in Bitly, get it, Bitly's free. Subscribe to Roman, subscribe to Amy, subscribe to Nathan, subscribe to Bettina, and that becomes more intuitive. This is where I have my lead magnet. I redirect people to my website and I convert them on the website, but that's a different topic. But that's something that you want to implement on your YouTube channel as well, when you get to the point that you pay Google to advertise your video and you want your video to end up on your website, as well as I have the same version of this video on my website as well. And I have a longer blog for people to read there. I want them to stay on my website for as much as I can. And you obviously want to have your contact information. So if they're interested, you want to be easily accessible. What else I would add here at the bottom, which I don't have, is your either a link tree or a links account. So they can click on one link and see everything that you have. You all have some sort of link tree, some sort of website that would connect with all other accounts. I hope so.
Yeah, I do.
Wonderful. And this is what you can avoid. You can just, instead of putting all these links here, you can say connect with Nathan and links or link tree account. All
I
right.
was just gonna say something else about the link tree. It's
Okay.
very helpful, like after you get off the call and the person's kind of interested in you, and they want more information about you, they want to know what you're doing. It's a good way to get their email. Just say, look, can I send you all my information? They're usually pretty open to that. So that's just another way that I'm able to get some people's information if they're thinking about doing something in real estate. So,
Absolutely. Getting the email, then putting them into your targeting ad campaign and run ads to them. That's great idea. I agree, Nathan. All right. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you in terms of free marketing. And it will already get you leads, not on the extremely high level like you could get with paid ads, but if you would have at least a YouTube video a week and one post on Google My Business, and you'll continue doing it for 6 months, you'll start getting leads. We had conversations with Amy. Amy is doing great on YouTube. So Amy, share with us, when did you start getting leads from your advertising on YouTube?
I've actually never paid for a YouTube ad. But it took at least 6 months of posting at least once a week before I got my first call. But once I got my first call, then I got several. So it was hard the first 6 months because I'm just putting things out there and I'm just hoping that someone's watching it.
Yeah, I know it's hard to start when you're putting content for a month, and the second month, and then the third month, and nothing's happening, and people might get discouraged. Why I'm putting so much work and nothing's happening? But like Amy mentioned, in 6 months, then when you're gonna start getting these calls, your profile will be up to speed. And especially if you pour gasoline on that fire, you don't have to wait for full 6 months. But as Amy gave us her example, you will get the result from this free type of marketing just by creating content and posting the content the same day, the same with the same frequency. If you committed to make weekly videos, then put it in your videos. Weekly video coming every Monday, every Tuesday. And then people gonna learn that you distribute these videos through email, and you're not gonna get organic reach on YouTube. You're also sending these videos to your clients. Better send these emails right after you record it, because you have 24 hours tracking span from Google on how your video performs. So if within the first 24 hours you send it to 300 contacts and you get 50 viewers, that's excellent sign to Google that your video is interesting, and they're going to organically push it to broader audience. Make sense?
So whenever we post a video, then you're saying it's in our best interest to always post to our social and to our database.
Yes, share it with your database in email.
Okay.
Absolutely. Put it in email, copy the description, and email it out as soon as you upload it. Also, a good way of growing your audience is, instead of making it live, make it as how's that called? Like an intro. When you just upload it, you have an option. I forgot that that wording they have there. Premiere. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Premiere. You want to use it as a premiere. So that's what I wanted to share with you with this free part. Let's go back to, let's go back to my Google business page, and I'll show you an easy way of creating ads around it. So when you're on your business page, right down below, you have create an ad. All right, it sends you, this is the pro version. I'll change it to, okay. Well, it's very similar. I don't want to spend your time on me changing it to Express. Express even easier. Let me show you what you can do in Google Ads and how we can improve your marketing through Google advertising, because it has so much to offer. So it depends on your objective. We need to figure out what's our goal for this campaign. So if you do have a website that converts, I would go with the website traffic, and then what the way of the campaign, the type of the campaign. Do we need to be in the search? Display ads, another great way of you being everywhere. If you're not aware what's display ads, Google, they partner with thousands of the websites that has a lot of traffic, and you can put yourself in front of your clients being on these third-party websites. So you don't necessarily going to be in Google search, you're going to be on the third-party websites. That will lead to your clients to say like, hey, Ramon, you're everywhere. I've seen you on every single website out there. So this is more of a nurturing type of marketing rather than, let's say, when you're looking for leads, or if you want to promote your video. But I would put a small budget on your display ads and run display ads either to a specific custom audience. Let's say your past clients. You want to be in front of your past clients everywhere. You don't want to spend too much money on it, because these display ads, they don't necessarily convert, because people don't search for realtor on these display ads. They most likely, I know, playing chess or playing cards or playing games, and then boom, your ad's popping up. But if it's someone you know and your ad popping up when they playing game on the phone, well, it's a good sign. You just got reminded for a couple bucks a day, one more time. Performance max search videos. I would say let's start with videos, because videos, it's all about videos. This is how we share in our personality. This is how we connecting with our clients and how we build in the brand, most importantly, through the video. They hear your voice, they hear your personality, they see your smile, and nothing can be better than that. So we can do several type of videos. Number one, we can do skippable ads. Skippable ads work beautifully with housing update, monthly updates. How's the market? You put the video in and you run these ads to reach as many people as possible to fish for the lead who would click on your either website, or if you don't have website, click on to your YouTube channel. And our agenda would be to make them watch as many videos as possible, connecting one video with the next one. So when you finish a video, let's say talking about how to prepare your home for sale. The next question could be, let's say, what color to paint your door before the sale, or how to update your curb appeal. So the videos needs to be connected to each other with the end video showing that's what you recommend to watch after this one. So they need to see several videos and then click on the description and look deeper into your contact info, into your links account, Linktree account, etc. So let's go back to campaign. So video campaign, you make a name, so it's like demo, beat strategy, maximize conversion, daily budget. I would say if you have limited budget, it's a good thing to start somewhere. Let's start with, I don't know, $5 a day. It's not going to get you the whole lot of exposure, but you're already going to grow your audience at a higher pace than you're going to do it organically. And more views you're going to get on this video, the higher chances of you being ranked higher when you post the next one without marketing it, without promoting it, because if you're going to have 1,600 views on one video, you're uploading the next one, you're going to think that you're posting meaningful content, even if you paid for it. So don't forget to put the end date, because it's very easy to finish the campaign, get excited, and then you're going to pay $5 until you die. So location, be careful with location. That's fine. We can put the location, but we cannot put zip codes. So we need to follow HUD's regulations and make sure we're not redlining. This is why we put in the location. Let's say advanced search, 10 radius, very similar to Facebook marketing. The good news is you can lower the radius, I believe, to 1. So you can be hyper local and you can target the community. On Facebook, you cannot do that. Last time I checked Facebook, the smallest radius you can have on Facebook is 15 miles to avoid this redlining regulations by HUD. With this one, you can create neighborhood video and send it back to your farm. And this way they're gonna see their own house on YouTube. And most likely if they're gonna see their own house and your face next to their community, chances are that they're gonna call you, gonna go through the roof. So language, you can leave that as English. Standard inventory, leave it to standard. Well, with demographics, we can play around with it. I wouldn't touch anything here. Again, just to comply with housing regulation. We cannot discriminate on sex, age, and anything else. Audience segments. This is where you can separate the segments of your audience based on, let's say, their interest. The cool news that you can target specifically people who are interested in real estate. Or if you don't want to click real estate, because if you click real estate, most likely you're gonna reach realtors. But if you would click residential properties for sale, houses, apartments for sale, moving and relocation, that's great tag. I mean, if you don't mind and you have enough budget, if you're not playing with $5, then I would leave real estate there. And I don't care that the agent's gonna say it, especially if it's a listing video. I would want to expose it to the maximum amount of potential buyers and agents who control these buyers, right? So for that purpose, I would leave that alone. If it's like educational video, I would prefer to hit properties for sale, new houses. Again, if you making a video, let's say on new houses, make it specific to new houses for sale and leave everything alone. Because this way your cost per click will drop significantly, because why would we show your ad to general public and we'll waste all this money on people that are not really interested in buying or selling, right? Optimize ads, and this is where we put in your ad. So we clicking on your link on YouTube. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, right here. And it pretty much does it all for us. So right here, you can change your final URL. I'm running ads using this Miami market update, but I don't necessarily want them to go to my YouTube channel after they watch it. I want them to go to my home evaluation page on my website and leave their information there. I don't want to wait for them to watch 3 more videos. I want to grab their information as soon as possible. And there is a way I can lock the page, so they need to put their information before they enter or in the middle. We'll talk about it when we're going to talk about the website. And same thing with 2 paths. I want them to be directed to either contact me page or to a blog. Let's say I have a blog about the Miami real estate, and I also have home evaluation page. So I can choose. And over here, call to action, I would say, what's your home worth? I think I have to do it. Home value. And then long-term, check your home value. All right, well, and that's where we're gonna end up. So click create campaign. It might take some time for it to appear in your ads manager. So be patient, let it go for at least 24 hours. It might take longer than that. So click create, it's not gonna appear. Don't make another one because you're gonna have 2 campaigns. Click create and wait. It will go on. It's just not that quick. It's slower than Facebook. All right, well, let me leave. Well, with this one, leads, we pretty much can advertise. If you don't want to advertise YouTube videos, if you're not doing actively YouTube, you can create the lead page where it pretty much gonna have the text at the top. So if someone's typing, what's my home worth in, let's say, York, PA, then your ad will pop up right there. They don't even have to put your PA because they're going to be geo-tagged to the area where they located. Sales, you can drive sales and you can actually make your phone ring. Very similar. I don't want to go through all the steps. They're very similar to what I just showed you, but you can either make your phone ring. You can make them appear in your office if you spend 8 to 5 in your office, which I would not recommend to pay for your brokerage advertising. I would rather you to grab all the leads instead of making them walk into the office. So phone calls are the best. The only note I want us to discuss on that side, if you make your phone ring, then soften on your time blocking, because this time you would need to pick up the phone all the time it rings. You never know if it's a lead from Google or not, but if you miss a call, Google gonna drop your score down and cost per call will increase significantly. So it's either or. I'm always on calls. I don't run this type of marketing. I know it works. I know it's great when someone's calling an agent and who wants to talk to an agent. This is a beautiful lead. I typically get these calls from local services, but you also have an option to run these ads on Google. All right. Same with the form when they fill it out. Again, with leads, I would recommend using your own website that will convert, because they need to scan through your reviews, your posts, your blog, your videos before they make the decision. This is how we're changing the strategy from getting online leads. I remember we had a group coaching call on Facebook leads where you just getting the lead. Someone's literally sitting in traffic and they might find your ad in their news feed, click on it, leave their information because it's pretty much filled out automatically. Click on it. They have no intention to buy or sell. I mean, at least at this point, they might think about it, they might dream about it, but we're gonna have to make a lot of calls this way. They cheap, they like 25 cents per lead. With Google, you're gonna have to pay a lot more than that. I would say on average, I notice about $10 for the buyer's lead on Google, on average, depends on the lead, and about 50 to 100 for a seller lead. But even $50 for a seller lead, let's say 10 seller leads coming in, one transaction, I spent $500, I made 10 grand in GCI, I'm fine with it, right? Okay, all right, well, we're almost at the top of the hour. I wanna answer your questions before I finish this call. So I think I covered it all. Do you have any questions, any maybe your notes that you wanna add to what we discussed today? Please.
Roman, what has your experience been so far with the Google business page paid ads? Do you notice if you're getting more sellers or buyers?
With Google if you advertise Google My Page, so you, as you probably notice, let me share with you real quick. You can put any link right here. Say search. You can put your Google My Business link right here. And this is the way how you advertise your Google My Business. If you advertise it, yes, it will pop right up. I don't think it will pop up organically that often, but if you pay for it, it will be there. Mostly you will get buyers. Mostly you will get buyers. The beauty of it, you will advertise yourself as an agent. I see higher conversion for sellers on YouTube and the website. So the pattern for sellers is I catch them on Google search. I bring them to YouTube. I make them watch one video, then another. Then I always mention, well, to get more information, click on the link. watch the next video. They go on my website, they read the reviews, they read the blog, they check out my recent sales, and and then you build a rapport online. This is how you get seller leads. This is why it's way more expensive, because you're going to have more people to go through this process in order for them to pick up the phone and call you, because you build in a rapport online. You build in a rapport without talking to them. If you just marketing your Google My Page the same way, you don't need to build such a deep rapport with the buyer. They're like, hey, I found that house. And it typically goes like, hey, I found that house on the crossroads of Banana Street and Milky Way. Can you show it to me today? And I'm like, I'm not really sure which house you're talking about. But as an agent, you should be able to convert this type of leads and ask questions and be always ready for this type of calls. Did I answer the question?
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful. Anything else? Come on, we all need to be on Google. We need to learn that strategy. I don't believe no one got any questions.
I'll probably have to re-watch and then I'll have questions. I mean, that's like I know I've told you this before, like I'm not an idiot. I know how to use stuff, but like digitally, but I thought social media, Google stuff would be like really self-explanatory and really just point, click, post, repeat, like all of the tools. It's a lot. It's great, but it's a lot.
Yeah, this is why these big box companies, they trying to sell these ads at triple cost. I'm trying to teach you how to avoid paying the middleman and go and run ads yourself. This is what we do as an agents, as a business owners. I would never outsource this type of work. Building a brand, working on your budget. I talk to all of you about budgeting. We need to control that. We can outsource calls. I don't care. Virtual assistant can make calls to FISBOs for you. But that's something that we need to learn and master. So the better you become with these ads. This is why I strongly recommend to start investing there to see how it works, different campaigns. Start small, $5, fine. You're not gonna build business on $5 investment in ads, but at least you're gonna start learning. And if you lose $5. Make sense? But on the flip side, I would say posting on your Google daily, that's something that you need to do regardless where you're at in your business. I hope everyone got Google My Business page at this point, right? Now, number two, YouTube. Amy gave us a great example. 6 months of work will reimburse you many, many times later down the road, because the good news that YouTube will never expire your video compared to Instagram, where the videos are live for 24, in very small cases, 48 hours and it's gone. No one's going to see it. YouTube will promote your video forever. If someone's typing moving to Texas, you will be at the top, especially if your videos gain the traction. So the content is important, but at least we need to start with consistency. So no matter how great your video in production, if you're going to have it every single week with these simple tips I gave you, such as making the thumbnail, making description, putting all this contact information in your description, that will lead to your phone to ring without anything. You don't need to have fancy camera. Your web camera or your phone would be just enough. But we need to start making these videos weekly and daily post on Google My Page, and your phone will ring. And create your profile on local services. If you don't want to pay for it, at least the fact that you're going to have it and someone's close to you will search for an agent and your phone will ring once, you will get back to me and say, thank you, Roman. I just got the listing for filling out the profile that took me 15 minutes. Right?
Right.
So let's get this done.
I started setting that Google My Business on the local profile, the local services. That's what it is. Started filling that out this morning, and it says the ads. It's like $45 minimum per week.
Well, again, everything needs to be calculated. I don't want to just throw things at you and say, hey, this is a great service, pay for it, pay for it, pay for it. Yeah, we have a lot of great tools that will bring leads to you, but we need to manage it. That's why, especially with you, Nathan, we talk to that a lot. Budgeting is something that business owners do, not always just running around and showing homes. Someone else can show homes for you, but budgeting and getting the most back on the expenses that you have in return, that's what business owners do. Hiring people, budgeting, doing the videos, doing the self-promotions, connecting with the clients who potentially going to work with at the warm stage. I'm not saying don't stop making your calls. You're doing great. Love it, love it, love it. You're always my go-to guy when we have motivational calls with other agents. If you don't mind sharing, I always say Nate is making so many calls and he's great with his production, but I want us to also work on marketing. Don't get discouraged with the fact that when you make calls, they're not necessary. They are necessary. We need to be at least 2 hours a day on prospecting. But this type of marketing will make it a big difference in your leads' eyes when they're going to see Nathan everywhere and you call them on the top of it. Instead of a cold call, you'll become a warm lead and the conversion would be much easier. Even with FISBOs, run this display ads to FISBOs. Spend like $5 a day, $1 to $5 a day for FISBOs that you run ads to. And they will be like, Nathan's everywhere. I don't know what's going on, but he's on Facebook, he's on, I was about to joke, like on my porn site. It's a joke. But the point is, if you're everywhere, then it's much easier for you to convert them. If they see you everywhere and that agent who constantly calling them asking, are you ready to list? Are you ready to list? Yes, we need to call them. But if we supply them with extra benefits of working with you, even running ads right here on YouTube to FISBOs, you can upload custom audience of FISBOs and run how to fire an agent, how you can change your Zestimate, what are free tools they can use to market their home on their own. You don't want to run these type of ads to general public. You want to run these ads to specific audience that you create and then follow up with the call. And the cost will be, like I said, $5 a day. How many FISBOs we got? 100 FISBOs, 100 FISBOs, $5 a day. That's more than enough. If you want to expand it, okay, spend 10. But we're not talking about hundreds or thousands of dollars right there. Okay. Any other questions? I have like 2 minutes left. No, we good? All right, very good. Well, I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm gonna have an email with this video on Monday to all of you if you decide to rewatch it. And I wish you all a wonderful weekend. If you have any questions, reach out to me via email, all right?
Thank you, man. This video was great.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.